We actually have some bootleg Uno cards that I would like to show off. Here they are in their packaging. They're wrapped like a pack of smokes with the little thing that you can, the little red tab that you can pull to unwrap the shrink wrap plastic. We're not going to open these right away though, because as you guys know, I'm a big fan of Uno. I really like Uno. So this is probably going to be one of my only opportunities to show off my collection of Uno stuff. So to give you guys a taste of the variety of Uno games that are out there, I figure I can show you guys some of my card collections, and then we can wrap it up by opening up these bootleg cards I got from a Mexican dollar store. Let's kick things off nice and basic. It's Uno. It's Uno. It's a family card game. It says right there. You read it on the back. It tells you all about it. America's most popular family card game. 108 color keyed Uno cards. And it tells you all about it. So this is the oldest set of Uno cards that I own in my collection. This is just the original base game. I actually still play with these cards, so they still see use. I probably shouldn't be using them because I'm just going to wear them out. They're going to get all nasty. But I still play with these cards. And if we flip them over on the back side, the copyright is 1979. So these are like 43-year-old Uno cards. They're way older than I am, and I still use them to play Uno with. And those of y'all who have seen old Uno cards will know. I mean, you guys will recognize the style. The very heavy, bold numbers. The letters instead of the symbols for things like skip. See, do I have a wild in here somewhere? Yeah. This very stark. The artwork on these old cards is very stark. And that's what I like about it. Do I have a regular? I have a regular wild too. So that's pretty much all the main cards there. And there's actually two decks of cards in here, and the other deck of cards is just the remainder of what you play with. There's still another set of cards in there. So we've got Uno, classic Uno from 1979, and then we have this bad boy set, Deluxe Uno. So this is America's family card game sensation. This is from 1983. So this only came out a few years after this set. So this is the Deluxe Uno set. And if I open it up, there's really not much inside here that makes it a deluxe set. If we go and look at the Uno cards, it's still going to be the old school art style. That hasn't been updated yet. There's two piles of cards here. You mix them all together. You do your thing. The real draw here that makes this the deluxe set is the fact that it came with score pads. And to a good number of you, you might be saying, "Wait, you can keep score in Uno?" Yes, because here's what one of the score pads actually looks like outside of the box. They're double-sided too, so you would keep track of the player names. Was it on the back? Yeah, it's identical. So these are cards left in the hands of other players when you play your last card. So wild cards are worth 50 points apiece. Skip, reverse, and draw 2 cards are each worth 20, and then number cards are all worth their face value. So you add all those up at the end of each round, and that's how many points you scored for the round. So most people I know play regular Magical Unicorn. The way we keep score, you get 1 point per round you win. That's the way most people play Uno, right? Is you just play a game of Uno, and whoever wins, wins. But really, that's not the way you're supposed to play Uno. You're supposed to play it, you're supposed to pick an arbitrary number, and then play until somebody reaches that many points. So that could be 2 rounds, depending on the hands, that could be 3 rounds. If multiple people win, that could be 4 rounds, 5 rounds. You can keep going until somebody hits that target goal. So that's how you're supposed to play Uno. At least that's how the rules state you're supposed to play it. Most people just go by doing it, you play a hand of Uno. And later releases of video games and stuff like that have played up that aspect of Uno. The version I have for Game Boy, I have a Japanese import game. I should have went and got that to show my Uno collection too, but I wasn't thinking. I have a Japanese Game Boy game called Uno 2 Small World, and it basically plays up the fact that each game is an insular thing, although there is a mode for playing to play to get score as well. Now I would like to show you something that Gay for Aliens already preempted. This is something that was released as part of as more recently as part of an anniversary thing. It doesn't look retro because obviously this is what the retro box looks like, but they're the same size after all these years. They're still the same dimensions, but if I open up this box and dump out some of these cards, you'll see that they actually have the classic artwork on them, that they've reprinted all of the old style Uno cards on them. So I thought that was really cool, and I had to have this for my collection. They release many different kinds of Uno cards with different themes, and I don't really collect the themes so much as I do just the base game, because there's a lot of themes that they make, and one of them is like Uno Flip. I don't have Uno Flip. I don't have like the one they did for like Disney. I don't have any of those. But one that I had to pick up, and this didn't quite make it into the cool stuff section of Your Level Sucks Too, because I felt like it was too contemporary. So I was like, I'll show it later, and then we just never got around to fitting it inside of an episode. But I've got Uno Super Mario card game, where the numbers are there's still numbers on the cards, but they're replaced with Mario characters. But this actually includes a special card that I'd like to see if I can find real quick. Look at that. You got Luigi. You got Luigi on the 2. You got Wario on the 3. Mario's on the 1. Who's on 4? Waluigi. Waluigi's been spotted. Redbubble took down shitty Waluigi. You can't buy prints of it anymore. Princess Peach on number 5. Princess Daisy on number 6. Yonky Dong on number 7. Diddy Kong on number 8. Who's on number 9? Toad on 9. The reverse card is Mario going down a warp pipe. The draw 2 cards is Mario jumping over some piranha plants. And the skip card is Mario hopping on a Goomba. But, and then of course, Wild is the Koopalings. And where's Wild Draw 4? Oh, that's Bowser. Of course it's Bowser. But there actually is a special card in here somewhere, if I can find it. So check this out. There's the Mario Superstar card. And basically what this does is this acts as a wild card, but if somebody plays a Draw 2 or a Wild Draw 4 on you, you can then play this down, and then the person who tried to get you to draw 2 or draw 4, they have to draw the cards instead. So it's a circumstantial reverse card that only works on the draw cards, and of course it does come with the blank one here, a blank Wild, where you can say, Draco, say something funny, or draw 25, and you can make a meme out of that. Anyways, that's the Super Mario one, and then I've also got this deck of Uno cards, which is minimalist, fucking high concept bullshit. Wait until you see this crap. This is my deck of pretentious Uno cards. 1. 6. And even the Wild Draw 4 is really like minimalist. So this is like my minimalist deck of Uno cards. Skip is just a no symbol. You know, Draw 2 is just drawing 2 cards. There's your reverse. There's your old switcheroo. So this is my deck of pretentious Uno cards. I don't really play with these because I don't like the way these look, but I had to get a set for my collection. So that was all leading up to this cool set of cards. Uno the 50th anniversary comes inside this nice little box. It's got a fold-out rule sheet right here, so you can read all the rules. Now there's also a special card inside this set that I'll show to you. But I like now these almost look like the minimalist cards, This is somewhere between new and retro because, as you can see, they've got the old thick print on there, but the draw 2 is still not a D. It's still 2 cards. So check this out. There's the 50th anniversary card. Now, what this game works best when you're playing with like 3 or 4 people, basically, because when you play the 50th anniversary card, let me pop this out. There we go. You get to flip the 50th anniversary coin. You've got 50, this is tails, and then where it says Uno on the back, this is heads. So what you do is the 50th anniversary card is actually a wild card. It's a draw 2 wild card, and then you pick 2 players and say heads or tails, then you flip the 50th anniversary coin, and then you say it's heads. So whoever you picked as heads has to draw 2 cards. So it's basically a draw 2 that can reach across the table. So, like, usually when you play a draw 2, it affects the next person in line. So this is a draw 2 that could affect somebody else on the table. So if there's another player who is getting low on cards, you can specifically pick them and play the 50th anniversary card. And if the coin lands on heads or tails, whichever you picked for them, then they have to draw 2 cards, even though it's not their turn, and it's going to be the next person's turn. So I thought that was really cool. So that's my 50th anniversary set. This one, I think this set cost the most because it was a box set. The wild card looks like a bootleg Olympics logo. It did the minimalist one. And then we've got my favorite one. I believe this is actually pretty rare because this did not sell very well and it didn't stay on shelves for very long. But we've got Dos. It really is no shit. It is a Uno. It is the sequel to the Uno game. The new from the makers of Uno. Dos, the world's number, because Uno is the world's #1 card game. It says so on the contemporary packages. This says the world's #2 card game, and it says unverified statistic underneath it. But the way this one works is there are special cards to play in Dos as well. I've tried playing Dos with people, but a lot of people get confused by it because we have Wild Draw 2, we have those, and then we have these cards. We have the pound sign cards. So what you do here is this is also a wild card, but it's for the color only. So you have to play, and it also goes up to 10 because what you can do instead of like if somebody plays a 10, you can play 2 5s, and so you can play 2 cards at a time, and as long as they add up to the number on the thing, they can be any color as well. So there's a lot more math. So this actually introduced the 10 card. There's no 0 in the Dos deck. Instead of 0, you have 10. So I thought that was amusing. I've tried playing Dos, but it's when people are so used to playing Uno, it's really hard to adjust to a new rule set. So. Yeah, no. This Dos is an official product. This is an officially licensed from Mattel Games. This is the official sequel to Uno. It only took 40 years for it to come out, but this was a real product. It's just complicated to play because the rule set of being able to play 2 cards at a time is kind of hard. So, Smoker Mega Drive says it's really common to see this where he is as bootleg decks. So that's interesting. So that's my collection. Look at my massive collection of crap. That's my collection of Uno guff. Now let's take a look at those bootleg cards I teased you guys with at the beginning of the unbox. So there's a reason why I haven't flipped it over, because the draw 4 card is the card on the bottom, and this is what it looks like. We've got all 4 Uno colors. We've got yellow, we've got green, we've got kind of pinkish red, then we've got brown, okay? It's like they tried to make blue by printing it in pink and then printing a gradient on top of that. Because if you look very closely, you can see that there's a thin red line at the bottom where the printer offset is. And you can see they tried to make, I guess, purple or something. They tried to make a 4th color, but they only had The only color ink they had was black, yellow, green, and red. And the red looks light. So let's open up one of these packs of Uno cards. Let's destroy their value. What will it be? What will it be? Will it free my sparrow? Okay. I'm just trying to slide the plastic off without making a mess. That's all I'm trying. That's all I'm trying to do. All right. So what's oh these cards? So I think there's enough here. These cards are super paper thin. Like I can bend them so easily. Oh wait, no, this must be wild card. Here's a draw 4. Here's a wild draw 4. Here's okay. This must be a skip. So this has completely original artwork on it. They've drawn their own art. There's a skip on there. Here's draw 2. That's pretty self-explanatory. That's draw 2. So the next one's going to be reverse, and that's just 2. I gotta say I like this reverse arrow more than I like the ones where it looks like a swirl. I think this is a more interesting reverse card, although it doesn't make as much sense right off the bat. Oh, they tried to go for that old school embossed look. Now here's the question, is this a 6 or is this a 9? I think it's a 9 because of the way these numbers are hanging down right here, but they didn't put a line on the bottom. So if we go find... Oh no, they put a line on the 6 though. They put a line on the 6. So it is a 9. So we've got 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. The print is really shoddy on this. So yeah, so there's there's my favorite Uno card, the blank one. So you notice this is only a stack of green and yellow cards. I think that's because this is part of a set, a two deck set that fell apart. I have the other deck actually. Let me go grab it now that I know that this is incomplete. It was my assumption that these cards would be printed on paper so thin that would be a complete set. But I have another set of bootleg Uno cards right here. So let me open this up and see if the other colors are inside this. So if I'm correct, these should be the rest of the cards. Or no, it's actually just more green and yellows. So unfortunately, I don't have any of the brown cards or the red cards. But I do have another blank card. Well, damn. That sucks. I opened these for nothing. I've destroyed the collector's value. So this is a weird predicament because this is not a complete Uno set now. This is just 2 decks of the same colors, and I don't know where I would get the other ones that I'm missing. Can you even play Uno? I mean, I guess you could play Uno with 2 colors. It wouldn't be very fun, but this implies that it is a 4-color set because it's got red and brown on the thing. I wish I could show you guys a brown. So that pisses me off that we don't have the cards for that. Instead, I opened up both of my decks, took them out of their sealed wrapping, and all I have to show for it is just a lot of green and yellow cards. That's what you get for buying bootlegs, I guess. Bootleg Uno cards are not rare, but usually the ones you get are just like photocopies or duplicates of the existing Uno cards that you can buy at like Walmart, printed on crappier paper stock. But I knew from looking at this that these were custom art cards, that there was something special about these. So I picked up the ones I could see, and I guess they were just missing the other 2 colors. So, oh well. What do these smell like? Oh my god. They smell awful. They smell like, it smells like a pine tree. Okay. It smells like a pine tree air freshener if those were capable of like expiring. You know what I mean? Like if those were capable of going sour. That's what these cards smell like. That's gonna do it for the Uno collection, I guess. I wish the bootlegs were better. I mean, the card art is funny. The card art is amusing and interesting to me as an Uno fan. But I wish that I had a complete set. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to play Stinky Uno with any of my buddies. But I got to show you off more of my Uno collection. So, like I said, I figured I would show this off because I don't know when I would get the chance to do it otherwise, and Uno is one of my favorite games. Well, that's going to do it for Uno, Bootleg Uno. Thank you guys for sticking around and humoring me and looking at my Uno collection. If any of this interests you guys, Uno is not a very expensive game to collect. A lot of this stuff goes for relatively cheap. Some of the stuff that might be worth actual money is the 50th anniversary set and DOS, an official copy of DOS, because these were limited time things. DOS didn't sell very well, so it was pulled from shelves. And hell, maybe the Super Mario one, if that was discontinued, I'm not sure. But everything else, I mean, you can still go to like Walmart right now and you can buy Uno decks. They still have them there. They're like $5. They're not expensive. And these other ones, like the retro card packs and everything, and vintage Uno cards, they're not expensive. So if you're a fan as well and you wanna play with authentic, real vintage Uno cards, you might be out like $12 at the most. It's really not that expensive. I haven't looked at the price of Uno cards lately, but I do know that they're not very expensive. Thanks for checking out this video by Gatorbox. To see more videos like it, please subscribe to the channel. You can also support this project financially at patreon.com/Gatorbox. You can also follow us at twitch.tv/Gatorbox to catch us live every Friday night at 9 p.m. Central Time for our main show. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.